Self-hype promotion. There we go. What's up, guys? I am Skylar Davis, owner of Culture Shock Clothing and Records in Rockford, Illinois. Welcome to Vinyl Happy Hour. This is part of a double finale for season 3. It's going to take 2 episodes just for us to wind down from 2020. So we're doing some kind of special episodes on it. But I want to jump into it. I am going to be mentioning some of the new releases that dropped this week, kind of as per usual. With our Vinyl Happy Hour, we're going to bust into and talk about what's special and interesting about some of the limited releases, color vinyl releases, and Beck's working with NASA, I guess, now on his new album. But the biggest thing I think I want to talk about, of course, the weirdness of 2020 that's going to loom over us for a long time. I have a lot of stories, a lot of things that are going to really stick with me from 2020, just of what happened here with the store and with the economy and everything else going on. But one of my great memories, one of my fun memories was going out to concerts, of course, which I did a lot on the weekends, mostly locally, out of town once too. But there was a show at the Coronado Theater here in Rockford. Me and my buddy Rick went down to see that. This is in late February, I think, like right before this whole Corona thing broke. And then we had these posters in the store all over the place for local shows going on. One of them was for Evil Zenith. They were going to be having a show here at Mary's Place in Rockford, and me and Rick went down to check it out. It was so freaking loud, by the way. It was really good, but damn, they are loud. So I was really glad that I had my earplugs with me, because I sat like right up front, and when you have your earplugs just right at a live show, things sound great to me. But anyway, so they had a show, and I was so happy to get to see them. And then I didn't know that everything was going to shut down. So that was like the last show I went to. They were at the end of the night after I went to a show before that. But I am proud to announce that they have their CD out now. The album Evil Zenith. We've come through quite the evil. We're at the Evil Zenith, I think, of 2020 now as 2021 starts to kick off. We're still getting over that hump. I guess this actually got released around Christmas, let's say, but we're calling the official release tomorrow here, January 8th, here at the store at Culture Shock. You can find it on our website, actually, at cultureshockshop.com. So if you don't live here and want to pick this up, we will ship it to you, or you can choose in-store pickup, or you can come in the store and pick it up. But what's really super duper extra special about this is that Mickey Torpedo, the vocalist, bass guitarist player of this, and Skitch Henderson, they actually gave us 20 CDs. They gave them to us to sell at the store. All profits coming back to the store just for their appreciation of what we do for the community and doing things with live music. And of course, we've done work with the Rock and Roll Institute. So that was just so amazing. A Christmas little present. And I dropped off some CDs, a letter with the Evil Zenith platform on it. And I just can't even imagine how nice our customers have been and the bands we know. We even got a bottle of whiskey. This is crazy. For the double finale we got the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, which I have never treated myself to yet. Woodford Reserve was one of the first places I went and toured when I was in Kentucky, and it's a great bourbon, and I actually have tired of it a little bit, so it was kind of nice to get this Double Oaked one. Even Mickey said he used to like Woodford, and so did I, and I've kind of tired of it as I found some other things, but the Double Oaked one was a nice choice. Thank you so much for that gift. And it does have a little bit more of a nutty, oakier taste, not so citrusy, and they brought it down to 90 proof. So it's actually a really great bottle. So thank you for that. Let's talk about this CD, though. They play as a 2-piece. They did bring in Phil Torpedo to do some guitars and stuff. The CD artwork done by local artists as well. We even have a sticker that they gave us to give away with it. Another local artist made that design for them. Obviously, the artwork is kind of peculiar and strange, as is some of the music. But it comes across as a really loud, heavy, full band. I pick up tones of like MC5, maybe Local H. Damn, there's a bunch of other things. Ty Segall even. It's a little garagey, a little grungy. It's really loud, and it's got this droning rock that kind of goes along with it. Mickey, actually, who does the vocals and guitar, recorded at his studio, sent it out for mastering. It sounds awesome. It is streaming as well, too, if you look up Evil Zenith. You can stream them if you want to get a sample of it. CDs are available at the store immediately, though. Definitely pick those up. They did a great job on that. Skitch, the drummer, actually, he's a wild man at the drum set, and you can hear it. It comes through in the recording, too. Mickey's just really loud, and it's got the kind of some darker overtones, just good vocals, good rock. Kind of punky in some places too. I actually, for a small tidbit of info, Dave, the drummer, was in one of my hardcore metal bands for a little bit. And towards the tail end of that band, he came in to drum with us, and that was a lot of fun. But love the poster, love the artwork, love the album, and I love the idea that they have of giving a sticker away with it and giving it to their local record store to sell. Way too nice, guys. Kudos on the album. It's awesome. We can't wait to get you doing something live again. Let's go completely over here to something else now that just dropped. This is kind of a reissue of something that isn't very old. This is Beck's Hyperspace, but it's actually remixed and remastered, even though it's only a year old, and the artwork has a full update. This is available in-store immediately and on our website at cultureshockshop.com. As you can see, it's this holographic thing. But like I said, he's working with NASA. So there are some YouTube and stuff, you can find the videos. But there are some AI videos, and each song now goes along with different AI platforms of space. This is a limited edition vinyl with a booklet with NASA data and AI imagery. Plus, we have 2 unreleased tracks. Let's see. I'm the Cosmos, and I forgot one other song that wasn't on the original album. So this album, if you haven't heard it yet, you can listen to it and look along at all the different NASA photography. It's very electronic, very chill. It's actually half produced by Pharrell Williams too, which is very strange. I mean, Beck has always done every album completely differently. Really cool booklet that this comes with. So it's got a little synthwave, got a little electronic, it's got a very mellow feel to it. It is a little spacey. So I guess it makes sense that he's doing this. It's cool to see Beck working with so many different artists and doing such different albums still this many years later, always being experimental he is. Of course, I had the original version of this, the Indie Store exclusive, but now that this is remixed, remastered, plus additional songs and booklet, I would consider, especially if you don't have the album already, getting this version of it. It is more expensive, but I feel it's going to be a lot more limited and a lot more interesting having that he worked with NASA. Oh yeah, don't forget, you better have subscribed to this channel, and please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel though, because we are doing videos every week, but we might pop in some extra fun months too here and there, so it's a good way to keep updated. We are also, 2021 now, trying to start our Ear Off Right with Rhino Records, Start Your Ear Off Right series. These guys have always brought out some really interesting albums and special versions every year to start your year off. And what's cool about like the Talking Heads ones they just dropped, this is a live one. It is on color vinyl, and these are limited, not necessarily for independent record stores, but for brick and mortar stores. So this is the live Talking Heads 1977 through 81. But what's really cool about it is it's kind of like a double LP set. So one album is 77 through 79, and then the other album is 1980 through 81. I have an original of this, but it's such a great album. Just cool to hear Talking Heads live. You can see the changes they went through from when they started. The scenes of them playing it, obviously in someone's living room, very stripped down, just the 4-piece band, shaggy carpet, just t-shirts. It looks like a college dropout house. And then by 80 and 81, huge stage show going on, lots of extra musicians. David Byrne had really kind of taken over the band and added tons of percussion, horns, flutes, exotic instruments. So the set here is completely different, going from album 1 to album 2. A lot of different music from their main career, let's say, their first few albums. Double LP on red vinyl, Talking Heads live. It starts out, with that kind of, they still had that kind of funky, clunky kind of punk rock new wave sound, and then later on they started to incorporate a lot of other things. So you're going to find tons of your favorite songs, but hearing it live is a lot different than hearing their studio albums, because with their live show, they really bring it. They go all out. I've never seen them live. David Byrne seems interesting still live, but now we also have Speaking in Tongues from Talking Heads, and this is a Rhino Records Start Your Ear Off Right release. It has a printed inner sleeve, which is nice. Also, only available to brick and mortar stores, which most brick and mortar stores are indie stores, but this is on blue vinyl. It's not quite the same color blue that's on the jacket, but I'll give it a pass. Close enough. Talking Heads music is something that you hadn't really ever seen on color vinyl. They did, last year they had done 77. The first 3 Talking Heads albums actually had come out, and Fear of Music and something else on color vinyl, each one different color. Sounds great, great sound quality. Definitely worth picking up. Talking Heads records are getting hard to come by. Oh, I forgot to show the holographic Beck last year, I think on Black Friday or whatever, also put out a little 3-inch record of Uneventful Days. So that was actually, I was going to show you, because I actually don't have the LP here handy, show you the difference in the artwork. The regular album had this 80s throwback, you know, like it looks like a Datsun or something like that. And then the new NASA version or whatever is holographic. So very different artwork too, or big change, I should say, to the artwork. I forgot to mention that. That little 3-inch record almost passed me by. This other one, kind of interesting. I don't know anything about Cowboy Bebop, I'll be honest. I never got into anime, but this is probably one of the biggest anime series ever because even I know about it, knew about it then, and had seen clips of it here and there and heard some of the music from it. In the 90s, you know, this kind of took over. This has become probably one of the more classic anime things. So don't rip me for it. Sorry, guys. I'm more about the music part of things. Anime and a lot of things like that were never my thing. But what's really interesting about this is coming out in the 90s, it had never been originally released on vinyl. The soundtrack and music from Cowboy Bebop, Japanese composer or whatever, I forgot their name, and worked with this group called the Seatbelts. So the Seatbelts are who did the Cowboy Bebop music series, but they did special color vinyl. This is actually different artwork. If you ever saw it, either streaming or the CD of it, it had different artwork. The other thing that is now with this 2020 release of this, there's an extra disc or an extra side of unreleased songs, a couple with vocals. Because originally, the music only had one vocal song. Oh yeah, Yoko Kanno is mostly affiliated with composing the music, and then kind of put together a live band or a band to make the recordings called the Seatbelts. Thank you for that. But anyway, this has printed our inner sleeve artwork, and this is the limited version. They're calling it Swordfish and Redtail colored vinyl. Get a little... And it's translucent, so it is partially see-through. Not sure if you can see that on camera, but that's LP1. And then LP2, the Seatbelts music, is mostly, let's call it spacey retro futuristic jazz. So it's a great listen. It's really cool. It almost has maybe at times a bit of, you know, James Bond soundtrack meets some Miles Davis and Billie Holiday jazz or something like that. So it's really interesting. There are a couple funkier songs and a couple rock tunes and even a couple kind of folkier tunes and some harmonica and stuff. So it does kind of jump around. It's 95% though instrumental. So it's just a great listening music. But of course, if you're a fan of the series, you're going to definitely be a fan of the soundtrack, I'm sure. Also, I think we're going to see a lot of new fans, even, or younger people or older people getting back into it because Netflix, I guess, is going to be doing a new, or relaunching the Cowboy Bebop series, I guess. But some of the earlier reissues of this album have been really expensive, really hard to get your hands on. So luckily, there are a few out here now available. Black vinyl also, but I wanted to show off the limited translucent color vinyl. Don't know if you can see my hand through there, but it is see-through vinyl. That is available in store now, of course, and at cultureshockshop.com. You can pick those up. This is just kind of my little winding down 2020 video here, getting ready for 2021. We're going to start season 4 soon and do a little bit of change up to our Vinyl Happy Hour series. Be adding some new video series this year too. But I have one more week. I want to do another finale because, like I said, 2020 was just too overwhelming to just say goodbye to it so quickly. As much crap that came with 2020, there was a lot of great music, a lot of great feedback from our customers. We found new ways to work with our customers and bands and some of the items we carry in the store and the record labels that we carry. Of course, it's also weird because our channel has grown. We have more subscribers. We had started out without a website ever. Like, Culture Shock has been open for 14 years and just been in-store only. So now we're connecting with new people and finding customers who don't live locally and finding things through YouTube. We finally had some videos reach over 1,000 views, which was cool because we did like the Record Store Day wrap-up and some other things like that. And Record Store Day got broken up like in 2020, so it got to be more Record Store Days, and we were able to sell some of those online even. So it was a very interesting year. Like I said, we do miss live concerts, things like that. We're so happy that a lot of bands and a lot of local bands can still have releases available, and we can still work with them in whatever way is possible. And of course, we're very thankful to you and all of our customers for helping us through this and remembering to support your local stores and your local record shops. It just means the world to us to be able to keep moving forward and doing what we do. But I'm really excited because next week, please subscribe, like I said, so you can check back and watch our kind of season 3 finale. We've been doing 3 years of Vinyl Happy Hour shows and talking about records, and I'm going to talk about some of the best stuff that I harvested in 2020, some of the best releases that I ended up bringing home to put in mine and Lauren's personal collection, and there were some kind of interesting releases. I'm also going to talk about a couple of the most expensive releases that were totally worth getting, even though they were expensive, and a couple of just independent record store releases too. So we'll see you next week for that. Until then, cheers.